Hey there, boys and girls, and welcome to episode 243. 243, yes. I'm so confused at my numbers. This is my fourth video in a row. So, anyway, this episode is a going to Euclid Records in New Orleans episode, and what I picked up and got there. I'm going to say that I went there with not a whole lot of money on me, and I was kind of itching to go because, as I said in my earlier video, after my mother died, I kind of got this bug that buying records was kind of helping me get through some stuff, and so I was wanting to go to a physical record store, not to necessarily buy a bunch of stuff, just to be there and and just look at stuff. We could get my mind off of some things. But anyway, so I went and I was looking through the new stuff, and they had a few things I wanted, and I bought something that, in hindsight, I shouldn't have bought. But I'm going to show you what I got. This is the only thing that I got that was new. Everything else is going to be used. But I bought this thinking that it might be good, but I've also been not burned, but not had the greatest luck on these kind of albums, and they are pretty much bootleg albums, legal, but still not official is the proper term I think people use these days. But I bought this Smashing Pumpkins, Sydney, Australia, March 13th, 1996, FM broadcast on the Triple J radio show. Now, that right there is the thing that makes it legal. Other countries, for some reason, can record and reproduce radio shows, I guess. I don't know where the legality or where they get the music from, because I can't imagine they're just recording it off the radio or TV. They got to be doing something better than that, because it is better than that. But this is not the most greatest recording I've ever heard in my life. But it's just black vinyl with a black label, plain as day on one side. Other side is got the cool Smashing Pumpkins logo, which I don't think has ever been used on a Smashing Pumpkins album before. I think that's just something that they made up. But this cost me $28.99 from Euclid Records, which is not a bad price. I don't think that's a bad price for an album these days, because most stuff is over 30. But what is on this was a little bit more disappointing, because one, it didn't sound like the best recording. Like Billy Corgan's vocals weren't great on this. I don't know. I've heard live stuff by him, and I know the guy can sing. So, in his way, because we know he's got a unique voice, but it just I don't know. But the very beginning of this album is what rubbed me the wrong way fast, and I was over it. As soon as I heard what I heard, I was over it. So let me read the track listing first. It says the Triple J radio show, Sydney, March 13th, 1996. Side A, Landslide, Tonight, 1979, Cupid de Lock, 33, and Take Me Down. Side B, Bullet with Butterfly Wings, To Forgive, 9 is the number of the song, the track listing. Muzzle. Then again, we go Bullet with Butterfly Wings from Saturday Night Live in New York on November 11th, 1995, and Zero, which is my favorite Smashing Pumpkins song, also from that same recording. And then again, Bullet with Butterfly Wings from Canal, Paris, December 10th, 1995. I don't know what that was. Now, the recording of Landslide comes on, and there's like the radio announcer, I guess, comes on, and he says they're going to play, Landslide or whatever, and he plays the first couple of notes of Landslide, and it's sounding good at first, And then all of a sudden they start talking, and he's like something about, oh, I don't like that song or whatever. And then somebody mumbles something or whatever. And, oh, but I do like that song or whatever. And then he starts playing again, and it fades out to nothing. I mean, it's got to be a minute at the most. Don't get the song at all. Why it's on here? Never know. Why it's listed as the first track? Never know. It doesn't make any sense. And I kind of, that song kind of pushed me into buying this because it's a cover song, but I think it's a great cover song, and it made it like, because some of these other songs are lesser songs for me as far as Smashing Pumpkins goes, but that song kind of brings it up to here, and without it, it kind of goes down about here, and it could go way down, but it didn't. But it just rubbed me the wrong way, and I was over it after the first minute of the song. First time I played it once or twice, maybe twice, and I don't know if I'm ever going to listen to it again because of that song. Because how disappointing it is to not get the song. And it's all acoustic. I don't think there's any electric at all on it. And the funny thing is, there's no drummer on the front, and you can barely see him on the back. And the back is electric, But I don't even think the Bullet for Butterfly Wings are maybe the two Saturday Night Live songs were not acoustic. I can't even remember. It aggravated me so much. So anyway, I got this. I should have bought just a regular album for, and not bought that. But you live and you learn. So I went upstairs and I gotta get my water. And looked through the dollar bin. And the 3 for $5 bin. Now, the dollar bin had some albums that I wanted, and then they had some albums that were scratched up and that I wanted, and I put them back. But it was a lot of trying out kind of stuff too. So let me get these organized a little better, so we can get to what I got and how I got it and all that good stuff. Okay, so we got 6. So I didn't get a lot. I really controlled myself here. Now this is one that I listened to today, and I thought this is probably going to be good. And all these records look clean. I've only played this one, I think. But when I saw it, I wasn't sure who it was, if it was who I thought it was. I mean, and then and I looked him up, and it was, but I didn't expect the music to be what it is. So we got Steve Jones, Mercy. Now, Steve Jones is the guitar player from the Sex Pistols. So you would expect maybe some kind of punk rock album, and it is a promo. I don't know if it's a white label promo or not, but we'll see. But Mr. Steve Jones did a almost pop rock album here. It's not hard rock. No, it is not a white label. It's Rainbow, whatever. No enters or anything. It was 99 cents. But it wasn't what I expected. I don't want to say it's bad, but knowing he was the guitarist for the Sex Pistols, I wouldn't expect him to do this. I would expect something harder, faster, but no, it was. And I don't know if he's the singer on it or not, because yeah, it says Steve Jones vocals and guitar and bass. Maybe he did everything except play the drums and keyboards. So, I like the cover, and the songs were good enough to get by. I think it was either the second or the second to last. I mean, second to last or last song that I did think, oh, that's a good song. And I don't know if it was Through the Night or Love Letters. It could have been Drugs Suck. Could have been that. But I don't know why he would have done this album like that. Unless in the 90s in the 80s, he got pushed into this to do a solo record or whatever, and it was more of a record company kind of thing than a personal choice kind of thing. You know how they do that sometimes. Maybe they got contracts or whatever, and they do whatever. I don't know. So then, I found another one that I like to cover. I don't know what this band is at all. I got 2 stickers. We got a Euclid Records classic pink one. There's the really classic one is there's a silver. The ink is silver, and this thing it's probably like 3 or 4 times bigger than this, and it just says Euclid Records. It's silver and black, and I have some, but they're stuck on stuff. And then we got another one of these with the radio. But this next record, I got to try to see if I can clean this, because I think I can. But the record itself is pretty good shape, but the cover, it's got some work to be done on it. Maybe I don't know if it's gonna clean up or not. But the name of the band is The Records, and it's called Crashes. This right here feels like it's from another record that was stuck to it. Now, there's some little edges, so what I'm gonna try to do is take some maybe some lighter fluid or something and kind of just wet it a little bit right there and see if that peels up, and then try to maybe work my way up. This right here is definitely torn. This right here is torn, but all this right here may come off. All this white, I don't know if it will or not. It can't make it really worse, and then it's on the back too as well, which kind of looks like it might be the same way. So we'll see. I don't know anything about this band. They look to be like some sort of new wave alternative rock band. You can tell that this was wet at one point. This is kind of wrinkly. This inner liner notes thing. It's kind of wrinkly, like it had been, moist at one time. Moist. But I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. But then we've got the label. I don't know that this is a promo, but excuse me. But it is a clean record, clean. So I want to listen to this one probably tomorrow too, because these records are surprisingly clean for 99-cent records. Some of these covers are damaged, but the records themselves look good. They're a little dusty, but good stuff. Next one is one that I believe is a hard rock band. This one, this is almost brand new looking, and so I picked it up just because it would look. The band on the back looked like they were interesting enough, to be some kind of hard rock, maybe, hopefully. And the front cover would lead you to believe that this was a Dean Martin or something record. But the band is called Stretch, and the album is You Can't Beat Your Brain for Entertainment. And we've got this photo here of this guy smoking, and then there's people in the back gambling. This girl's probably pretty beautiful if she's a real person, and then these other people are just whoever. The album name is actually repeated there, and we've got the band, and so they look like hard rock, hopefully, kind of stuff. Don't know any of these songs at all. I don't think I do anyway. But again, this one has no inner sleeve with it or anything. The record just loose in there, but it is clean. This one doesn't even have hardly any dust on it. It's probably got some fingerprints on it because I just grabbed it, but this one doesn't have much dust on it, doesn't have anything wrong with it. So definitely, if it's a good album, it's going to be a good sounding album too. So hopefully that's a good one. Next artist coming up is one that I've got several albums by him. I could probably have his whole discography by now, but I always pass on him for whatever reason. And then I saw this one and I said, you know what? I'm going to get it. and this one has damage to it. And it's John Cougar Mellencamp, The Lonesome Jubilee. Got some damage at the bottom here, some bad damage on the back here, some definitely. But I can't even see the track listing on the, or the side 2 anyway. I can't see. And I think there's some stuff going on the inside as well. Maybe. Yeah, it's kind of funky in the inside. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but I'm going to try to show you some there in there. So I'm going to try to wipe that out. The inner sleeve actually isn't too bad. It's got a little funk on it, but not too bad. I don't know who this girl is on this side, but she's gorgeous. That girl. There's a lot of people in here. I don't know who they are. I don't know if these are people that are involved in the band, or if they're just random photos. None of them seem to be him. And then there's this lady here, and there's a younger girl here. They could very well be background singers or something. But look, she's gorgeous though. Whoever she is, that's the one. So anyway, I don't know. This record is really dirty. It's got some yucky stuff around the edges. That will clean off. Doesn't look to be scratched anywhere. So this one will probably clean up well. I don't know if I know anything on this one though. Paper and Fire, Down and Out in Paradise. Check it out. The Real Life, Cherry Bomb. We Are the People, Empty Hands, Hard Times, Honest Man, Hot Dogs and Hamburgers, Rudy Toot Toot. So I don't know any of these songs, but it's probably like my 4th or 5th John Cougar Mellencamp album. I think I have all the big ones. You know, the one with whatever, Second on Chili Dog song, Jack of Diane, and Little Pink Houses and all that. I think I have all those. In various states of condition, but this one, it was like the record looked new, good. So just needs a little cleaning, and we'll hopefully get to that soon. And then that's that. Now this next one looked like something that could have been interesting, and I had no choice but to. If I wanted it, I was gonna have to mess up the cover because it was stuck to another record that I didn't want. And it was just pull it apart or leave it. So I've decided to pull it apart. It's a gold stamp promo of a band called UK. Don't know much about them. I thought the cover was kind of nice until I had to rip it apart. But yeah, this is definitely missing here. This is gone. This is down to the cardboard. Now this white stuff may come off. Hopefully, if I can get the white off, it won't be so bad. And in the back, just a little tiny piece right there. It's kind of funky, but I believe this is a new wave kind of band. I don't know any of them, you know, the songs or anything, but I looked it up and there was something about it that I liked, and so I went ahead and got it. The inside of this one's kind of funky, but you can see the album cover on the inner sleeve right there. So I do need to wipe that down because it's a little funky on that side as well. It looks like rust almost, but it's got In the Dead of the Night is 3 parts of one song, and then 30 years. Well, In the Dead of the Night is In the Dead of Night, By the Light of Day, Presto Vivace, and Reprise, whatever that is. 30 years. Then Alaska, Time to Kill, Nevermore, Mental Medication. Don't know, but that record, it's a white label promo. It's super clean, except for it's dirty. It needs to be cleaned off, but no scratches or anything like that. That was another one, so I was like, you know what? It's something to try out. These are all pretty much tryouts, you know, and see where it goes, you know, for 99 cents. Sad that it was stuck to something else, but you know, my collection goes that way. It's either perfect or flawed, and you know what? Both of them make just as much sense to me. Because I, myself, am perfect and flawed. That's funny, right? Next up, the last 99-cent one I got. Now this one, I saw another record by them in the 3 for $5, but I didn't get it because I wanted to try this one out, and then when I go back, if they have the other one, if I like this, I'll go ahead and pick it up with some other stuff. But it's called The Rumor, and the album is called Max. This one looks to be some sort of new wave album, but the people playing guitars and stuff on the back look like they're rocking out, so it may be somewhere between hard rock and new wave. But that's people in the back. And you see this guy rocking out, that guy rocking out. There's a drummer guy standing up, kind of rocking, and then this guy's a guitar player as well. One of these is the bass, but I don't know these people at all. Martin Belmont, Stephen Golding, Andrew Budnair, Bob Andrews, and Brinsley Schwartz. So I think they're like a new wave band. They look new wave, or power pop maybe. We got this sleeve, Mercury Records, and then another super clean record, just dusty and just dusty, but no scratches. So that's a good thing about Euclid Records, man. They got a lot of stuff in there, but if you're willing to look and try things, you can find things that you'll be like, man, I would have never known, had I not looked. And that's the thing I love to do, is find things that I may never hear, and I might only listen to it once or twice, and that might be it. But I like to have that once or twice of something I've never heard before, than something that I did hear but I don't really like, So you never know, and you never know what you're going to get. I did listen to one of these that's coming up. So the next ones are 3 for $5. These were all tryout records. Just taking a chance, And the first one, this is the one I listened to today. This one is by someone called Corey Case, and it's called Waiting on a Remedy. It is kind of singer-songwriter sort of stuff. Not too bluesy, not too country, not too too much of anything, but it was good. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna have to listen to that again for sure. So this is gonna be one that I'm gonna like. He's got a cool little photo on the back, Mr. Cool Guy right there with his little cigarette and stuff. There was a song that, because I was working too when I was listening to it, and this one's also brand new vinyl. Got him on the label. The same picture on both sides. Yes, it is. But perfect. I mean, I don't even know if I had to clean this off at all on this one. I might have wiped it down, but it played perfectly. It was good. Well worth the 3 for $5 price. So what did I pay for that? Like $1 something. The 3 for $5s are usually much better albums than what's in the dollar bin, like as far as quality of cover and record. But you won't see any torn up covers in the 3 for $5s, so that's a good thing. The records themselves are usually not scratched either, but they're like I found all those other ones in there. You'll get good quality records most of the time as far as condition goes. So that's another thing. And it's hit or miss because there's a lot of stuff in there that is unheard of by me and probably most other people. But if you look through and you're willing to take chances on stuff, you'll come out, with things like this. The Gun Bunnies. What the heck is that? Paw Paw Patch. I don't know what it is, but I could not leave something called the Gun Bunnies. Get them all in there. Gun Bunnies in the store. I couldn't do it. I don't know what this photo is all about here. Some crazy looking stuff. You get the back. It looks like some kind of alternative rock, maybe. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's from 1990. It came out, so it could be very well could be alternative rock. It could be some kind of heavy metal, maybe. I don't think it's heavy metal. Put a tail on your kite down in the dark 3 days behind. It sounds like a alternative rock. Big talk, the killing frost, stranded. Can I follow you? Break my fall. Little drops of water. Drinking days. And they look alternative rock too. When I show you this, we've got the whatever's going on there, and then we've got their photos. They've got that long but not long hair thing going on that they did that was pretty popular in the early 90s, where the hair was kind of big but not too long like the metal guys were doing. We've got another record, dusty, a little dusty but perfect. Chris Maxwell, guitars, trumpet, electric sitar, harmonica, and lead vocals. D.W. Jukes, guitars, electric sitar, backing vocals. Brett Adam, bass clarinet. I don't know what the heck this music is, guys. Judd Martindale, drums, percussion, and backing vocals. Guys, this could be anything. I have no idea. Those instruments don't make it sound like... It's definitely not metal. But it could be some kind of alternative. I don't know. We're going to find out. It's on Virgin Records. Never heard of them. But like I said, you don't leave the Gun Bunnies. And you got a chance to buy the Gun Bunnies for very little prices. So we got them. The next one was the very first one I saw in the 3 for 5. It was the very first record in the first bin of the first whatever. And I was sold. I don't know what this is either. This is it. It looks like it should be punk rock, and maybe it is. Power pop, maybe at the least. But it's called Personal and the Pizzas, Raw Pie. And look at that cover, guys. Is that insanity? I don't know what this guy is doing. He's got one leg behind the counter, and then this other one is in the front of the counter and onto the floor. So is he stepping over the counter, and why is this counter pointed down like this? This person, whoever drew this, didn't really do perspective well, I guess. But I don't know. Like, that guy is not in a comfortable position to be walking over that counter like that. But either way, it's got some funny stuff going on in the picture. And then the back cover is just them, and they definitely look like some kind of, well, you know, New York street guys, sort of. Not street guys, but, you know, whatever. Personal is the lead vocals, guitar, and bass and drums. Dino DiMartino is bass. Ponyboy on drums. Rungo on drums. So there's 4 people involved in this band, but there's 3 people pictured on the back, 4 on the front if you count this alien Joe looking guy getting strangled. Maybe he's not alien, maybe he's just running out of breath. I don't know. But then we've got the inner thing that's probably personal. So it's probably his like little project this guy does, and we've got lyrics and stuff. So I don't know what this is going to be. I'm hoping it's some kind of punk rock. Clean, except for dust record. Well, you can't say that anymore. I'll just let you read the lyrics for Don't You Go in That Ground. If you want to read that and possibly be offended right there, go ahead and get yourself offended and write your congressman or whatever you got to do. Maybe it's a 50s like greaser band or something, because, you know, he's got the leather coat, jacket, and all that stuff. I don't know what this is, guys. Just trying things out, seeing what sticks, you know. Right up my alley. All right. Just a couple more, and we'll end this episode, and then I'm going to bed. 3 more. Now this next one I got because this cover looks badass. It's a movie soundtrack of something I've never heard of. From probably the 60s or 70s. 1968. The Blue Max. I don't know who the Blue Max is, but he's flying this World War II fighter plane thing. I don't know what side this guy is on. He's got this cross, and I'm not sure if that represents who that represents. It's, I don't know if that's the Germans or what, but he is flying a probably 2 or 3 wing plane. Everybody else, well, not some of them are double. What do they call those? Double wing things? I don't know. Some of them have 3 wings. Some of them have 2 in the picture. So we got some 3 wings, and there's a 2-winger. So he's probably in at least a 2. But I thought that cover looked awesome, and it's in great shape. I don't think this is going to be songs. I think it's just going to be music. I don't think there'll be any vocals. But look at that. Again, super clean vinyl. Don't have a clue what it is. I didn't even look it up. I didn't look up any of this stuff to find out what it was. To be honest with you, I went over there last Saturday, a couple days ago, and it's all just been sitting in a pile here, waiting to be videoed. Then we've got one that's some kind of probably alternative indie rock. It looks like it's got a little ring wear on the front. It's called the X Breathers Past Tense. We got lyrics and stuff on the back cover, along with the track listing. Every song's got a lyric. And we come in here, and we've got kind of nice little record label. We got a little dirty record, but it says X, part of X Breathers and Past, so the labels make the title and the band name, so you got to switch them. Pretty cool. Like I said, I don't know. It looks to be like some kind of indie rock. Not sure at all on this one. And then one more for the experimental albums coming up in this video, and then we'll go to bed. We'll upload all these 4 videos tomorrow and make one more tomorrow. The last one's going to take a while. And we've got the Choke Chains. Sounds like a good name for a band. This is on Sloverly Recordings and Black Gladiator. I don't know who those recording companies are. But Choke Chains. Looks to be a debut album, maybe. Maybe not. I love the pictures on the inside of this. So, don't know. I don't know, but there's some interesting titles to track. The song names. It's probably some kind of punk rock. It seems like it will be. Something. I don't know. We've got the inner sleeve. Nice on that side. Girl's kind of cute, even though she's angry looking. Her name is Lindsay. Photo of Potter by the Millionaire. Chiz. Mark Millionaire. Anyways, so anyway, I'm reading it, but I'm not showing it. So we've got these people with these little things next to them, but we've got the girl. Angry looking, but still cute as far as things go like that. And then got these guys that may be cute too if you're into guys like that. This one's as a child, so this is probably him as an adult, but he was cute as a child over there in the corner, but then he grew up and got that beard thing going, so I don't know. I know a lot of ladies like that. Did I show the record? I don't know if I showed the record. we've got, what do we got? Black Gladiator choke chain, and the other side is the same. No scratches, just a little dust. So these records are a little dusty, the Euclid stuff, but overall good deal. Never have a problem finding something at that store. I mean, I go there, I can almost always find stuff in the dollar bin, or the 3 for $5s. I can always find something new, or something that was just brought in, turned into whatever, somebody sold it to them or whatever. They have when you first go in the door, there's like brand new stuff, and there's stuff that's new to the store, and you can find stuff in there, good prices on used stuff most of the time. If you got some money on you, you can easily spend it. That's all. It's a great little place, and no matter what your budget, you can come out of there with a handful of stuff. Generally, the people are nice in there. The workers there, and I've never had any customers have a problem. Anything like that. It's a real good place. It's in New Orleans. I guess the area is the Bywater area, but look it up. Euclid Records, New Orleans. They have a Facebook. They have a pretty active Instagram where they show records that they just got in. Mostly new records that they show. I think sometimes they show some used stuff, but mostly the new stuff. But lots of good stuff. Some of the prices are a little high, and then some of the prices are really below what you would think. So it's kind of hit or miss. I guess it depends on what they have to pay for the records. But I noticed like on not Free Comic Book Day, on like Record Store Day, they're either so say the prices that I find out usually ahead of time are from some other places in other parts of the country that have their prices set on their website, but they're not available to buy at that point. They pre-put everything on the website, so when they are available to sell, you can get them. So let's say there's a record coming out for Record Store Day, and it's $20 on that site. The Euclid records will be either somewhere between 20 and 25, or somewhere between 15 and 20. So there's about a $10 range, plus or minus, with that other store. So it's really a $5, I guess, range, plus or minus of what I expect. So usually when I go, I have on Record Store Day, I'll have a price list kind of thing that I'll list my 5 or 10 records that I'm really interested in, and then whatever the price that I'm assuming they're going to be, I'll look at that, and then I'll compare, like, okay, so this one I got for $3 more, but this one over here was $5 cheaper, and it kind of balances out and keeps you within my budget. If there's something that's way over, I won't get it. I just say, well, I'll skip that one this time, and maybe I'll find it later. And I've only had to do that like once or twice, and I ended up getting the records anyway. Later. One I got actually from Euclid, and then one I ordered from somebody else that was like $10 cheaper. But that's a rare account. So basically they're trying to keep it fair, I think, is what I'm trying to say. And if you go there on a Record Store Day, usually they have great sales. Last time they gave away stuff for free, just as much as you wanted to take, you could take it, and it was all used stuff, dollar bin kind of stuff. But like I said, you go through that stuff and you find some gems in there, but usually you find records that the records themselves are in pretty good shape. And then because they were like dollar bin and 3 for $5 stuff kind of mixed, I got a bunch last time, and then then there was like the time they did 25-cent records, and or everything's $1 in here or whatever. Just they do some great sales on those days. So you got to check that store out if you're in New Orleans. If you live here and you don't know about it, you don't go there, you're missing out. I don't get to go as often as I want anymore, because the way I used to be able to do it with my old job, I could stop there, while I was working, basically, because I could work basically any hours I want. But now I can't really go over there and take 2 hours to do it. I have to be back, to work where I'm at. So I mean, even though I work from home right now 3 days a week, it's not easy to get over there because it takes 20 minutes, 30 minutes to get there, and then that time to get back, and then to look around for at least an hour. I can't do it anymore. So I try to go on weekends when I can, and it's not every week. But anyway, check them out, Euclid Records, New Orleans. There's a St. Louis store that is related to them some kind of way called Euclid Records, I guess, St. Louis. And I think there's just two. So anyway, that's it for this episode. Went out of hand, a little long. Talk to you guys later. Bye.